He's a badass. Yes, he's a badass. J.J. Watt. What can I say? The man is a friggin' beast, man. The guy got robbed from the MVP award. I won't even sit here and begin to debate that, especially with Packers fans, man. What he did this year was unprecedented on the defensive side of the ball. I can't even sit here and describe just how good he was, man. It's really that freaking simple. But this is going to be a video, basically, if you're not familiar with my videos, I kind of do my take on the Houston Texans defense and where I think they're at and what I think they're doing. And then just kind of go from there and then just kind of work whatever thoughts and feelings and emotions I have. Again, this is just my opinion. This is not set in stone. This is not the official guideline or the official tour of the Houston Texans defense. This is just coming from what my opinion is of the Texans, especially their defensive side of the ball. As I've been saying, J.J. Watt is a supreme badass. There's nothing you can say or even try to describe what he's doing. He's leaving people in awe. No one knows what the hell to say about him. They can't believe it. What they're seeing someone do something on defense that hasn't been done in years since, like, maybe Lawrence Taylor. And I still think he's doing better things than Lawrence Taylor did. Just my opinion, anyways. Just the fact that he is a defensive lineman that plays every technique, it's incredible. I can't even begin to describe it. Houston went 9-7 this last season. I haven't had any videos from last season, so I'll just kind of briefly go. Overall, I was really happy with the defense. What I was very severely disappointed in was with what everyone was disappointed in. Clowney goes down. Our secondary looked shaky at times. But overall, a very solid first year for Rack. Very solid, in my opinion, very solid team. As far as where we're going, as far as the defense goes, I have some theories. Again, these are just theories. This kind of leads me into, free agency as of now, plus the combine and prospects and all that other good stuff. As far as the defensive side of the ball, I like what Jerry Crick did last year. I think he kind of stepped up his game a little bit. I don't see Houston going after a DT/defensive end hybrid, kind of like a Malcolm Brown from UT or something like that. I just don't see him going after someone like that in the draft. Maybe picking someone up via free agency, but really there's no one out there that's worth a damn that could play, defensive end/defensive tackle in a rack system. I thought the pickup for Big Greasy was a great pickup. If you don't know who Big Greasy is, you are not a Texans fan. You need to go somewhere. This guy came in, and all of a sudden, Houston started. No one could run up the middle against him. Jarrell Powell wasn't getting it done. Don't get me started on our flop pick for freaking who I thought was going to be. And I was one of those guys who thought he would have been a beast, but Lewis Nix turned out to be a horrible pickup. He didn't even see the field at all during the year. To see if they do anything with him this year, I just don't see them taking a defensive tackle/nose tackle early in the draft like everyone's predicting. Outside linebacker, it's a carousel right now. Brooks Reed is probably not going to be back, but those statistically and in Pro Football Focus, Brooks Reed is one of the top 10 3-4 right strong side outside linebackers in the league right now. I'm not making that up. That is a statistic. Go look it up. I think they could sign him for somewhat cheap and keep him here. I think he likes it here, and I think he fits our system. I think he fits Rack's system better than he did Wade Phillips' system, to be honest with you. Jadeveon Clowney, we'll see if he gets in. I hope he proves me wrong, but I've been saying it from the beginning, and all you Texans fans doubted me. This guy was a fucking flop. But, he's on my team now, so I got to hope for the best for him. I hope like hell he proves me wrong. Whitney Merciless stepped in and upped his game up a little bit. He's going into a contract season. Usually when people go into a contract season, they generally have a real good season, and so they can get paid. See Connor Barwin, see James Casey, see all the other former Texans that were here getting their second paycheck from their rookie contract. I mean, it's really that simple. Inside backer, Cush, man, he looked brutal at the beginning of the year, but at the end of the year, last 2 or 3 games, he stepped it up. He was able to stay in there for more downs. He was more mobile. He was more of somewhat the Cushing of old. He's still not quite the Cushing he used to be, but somewhat there. Mike Muhammad, who filled in nicely for him, was fucking incredible. Mike Muhammad was one of our better defensive players of the year, and he's vastly underrated. I'm actually very pleased with this guy. He's still under contract. We won't have to pay him a free agent salary. So, and I like what he's got going on. Besides that, you got Max Bullock coming up from the back, who I still think is going to be a great pro. Just needs a chance to prove it. Just needs to get on the field. Justin Tuggle, if Houston was smart, they moved him inside from outside last year. Now they need to move him back from inside to outside again. Basically, just because we're short in the outside linebacker, galley, especially if Brooks Reed is gone. Do I see them taking an outside linebacker / D end in the drafts? God, I hope not. I'm so sick of seeing Houston taking freaking linebackers and defensive ends in the first and second rounds. It's ridiculous. And I know in a 3-4 you can't have enough outside linebackers, but this year at their pick, they'll be lucky to pick up someone that's worth a damn that could start, or at least you back up on a very frequent basis. Randy Gregory from Nebraska is not going to be there. Shane Ray is not going to be there at that pick. I'd be surprised if any other outside linebackers will be there at that. I mean, just frankly, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know what's going on. And besides, the defensive ends and linebackers and stuff, the combine for them go down tomorrow. So I'll have more on that tomorrow as we go through. It's just kind of my opinion on that. Corners. Jonathan Joseph, though he had a better season, this guy is not worth the money we're paying him. He either needs to take a pay cut or he needs to kick rocks. They need to either cut him or he needs to go. Bottom line. Kareem Jackson is a free agent, one of the top free agent corners on the market right now. Houston would, if they were ever going to re-sign someone that they drafted and actually helped build a solid NFL player, this would be the guy you would spend your money on. I think it would be stupid to let him go, because I don't want to see Houston go after Byron Maxwell from Seattle. I don't want to see him going after Revis if his option's not picked up by New England. Yeah, I mean, those are just corners I don't want to see picked up. Though they're possible, that's not what I'm looking for when it comes to actually looking for a defender that's going to fit the slot of those two players. So, and that's just my opinion anyways. Going into safeties, now here's what's killing me. I've actually sat down and talked about this with one of my friends, and me and him both have the same idea of what's going on. Like we both discussed this, and from what I understand, Kendrick Lewis is not getting a lot of love. Kendrick Lewis was with Mike Muhammad was one of our solid defenders this year. To me, it makes no sense how he's not getting much love. I don't think he's going to demand a huge contract. He obviously works well in the rack system because he was a playmaker for us all season long. But no one's giving him any talk, and that's kind of disturbing. I don't know if Daniel Manning will be back, even though on Pro Football Focus he was the best secondary or the best defensive back tackler in the NFL this year, which is astounding, but it's they go by their analytics and statistics and make your own decision. But I mean, he played limited roles, but apparently he tackled the guy that was in front of him 38% of the time, which led the league. Who would have known? I mean, who knew? Swearinger, I love Swearinger. I really do. I like his attitude. I like what he brings to Houston, but he needs to learn to wrap the fuck up. I'm sick of seeing him try to go for the knockout blow every single time. Though that is a morale booster, as a former defensive player myself, I would love to see someone pelé him out. But he got beat way too many times last year. Way too many times. All because he didn't wrap up. It's quite that simple. Anyways, that's about what I got for the defense. I'll add some more tidbits after I do kind of like my my NFL free agents kind of spill here. But anyways, that's per usual. Like, sub, and peace.